Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today I have a very minimal and natural everyday spring makeup tutorial, something that I like to wear every day. If you do want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So for everyday makeup, I don't typically like to wear a lot of makeup. I want it to be like very lightweight, and I just don't want to feel a bunch of stuff. But the first thing I do like to do before I even start my makeup, which I feel is very crucial, is moisturize. And for me, I'm going to be using the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Balm, which is by far my favorite moisturizer. I tried it as a sample at the women's show because one day my skin was really dry. It worked so well. It's just one of the most hydrating moisturizers I've ever used, in my opinion. It's just going to help if you have irritated skin like mine, because I have acne. If there's any dry patches, it will help to smooth them out. Now that we have moisturized our skin, we do not want to forget about our lips, so I like to go and do that with a chapstick of any kind. This one's just a soft lips one. Pretty sure I got it at the dollar store. This is my primer. This way. This is the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. So I'm going to go and put a little bit of that just so it stays. Again, I still do want it to stay on, so I'm going to put on some primer to help with that. I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. It's one of the only concealers that I've used, and I just apply this all over my acne spots, so I still got some coverage, but I don't feel like I'm wearing a full face of makeup. Again, personal preference, you can wear foundation if you want for your everyday. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. I just don't like having it all on my face, and also I'm in the process of trying to clear my skin, so yeah, and I'll just take it and just dab it on the spots. I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. This helps to cover that up. So instead of having a whole bunch of stuff on my face, I have it only on select areas, so this way I still feel a little bit better. Just on spots that are red or whatever. And I find using my finger works best because the warmth of it, and I can just pat it in. At least for me, when I think of spring, like I think my last one I had to make, and I'm really getting into like not wearing foundation because I hate the feeling of it on my skin when I have acne. Awful, and I don't want to make it worse and aggravate it. So this gets the job done. It covers up the acne, and I don't feel like I'm wearing a bunch of makeup. But I like mainly saving this concealer because out of all of the ones that I've tried, like I'm sure there are more, but I haven't found a good one to cover up. Like I try and still see peeking through, and it's just really frustrating. For those of you with acne, you understand my struggle. I need to a little bit more, but again, I don't really like putting a lot. Just on some parts that are harder to cover, like this dark spot here. And yeah, I just do a very light patting motion just so I get the product there and cover up them acne. So now that I'm done with that, we are going to go in with the eyebrow. I like to at least have my eyebrows done when I'm everyday kind of thing, so I'll take a bit of time. I will go in with my BH Cosmetics brow pomade, which is the first brow pomade I've ever used, and I also really like it, and it's waterproof. And then I go in with this little angle brush and I start to just do my eyebrows. Nothing too drastic here. We're just going to add some lines to help define them because they need to be done. I'll come up a little bit by doing that. I'm going to start by taking my spoolie and just combing through them first. I have very bad experience with getting my eyebrows done. Yeah, and just little strokes. Just for every day, we don't want anything too intense. For my liking, of course. For anybody else's preference, it could be full filled in, barely filled in, or not filled in at all. It is completely up to you. Yeah, I just like to enhance the shape of it so they don't look too crazy, because I know I need to get them done. I just have such terrible experiences. Because for me, I was on this medication for my skin, and it thinned out my skin a lot, so whenever I would go get my eyebrows waxed, they would rip the layer of skin off, and I would be burned. very like regularly. I had seen this remedy where you mash up like Tylenol. If you guys remember that Hannah Montana episode where Jackson got like sunburned, they made him like put him in a bath with milk. So I would mix it with milk, not because like Hannah Montana, but like it just reminds me of that, because it's a really good antioxidant and it's supposed to help with pain or whatever. So I would literally mash up a tablet of Tylenol, and then I would put it all over my skin here. Always here, like up here too, but like here was the most raw. and I would always put it there and like let it dry and like stay on for a while because it was supposed to help with like inflammation or whatever. Like I don't even know if it worked, honestly. And sometimes when I put aloe vera, it would burn, so I know that's like an option too, but it would just sting so horribly, like my eyes would be crying because it would burn so bad. Then I started getting them threaded, and like, you know, the few times you have it going good and you're like, yeah, like, it's awesome. Threading, it takes longer, it looks cleaner. And then sometimes you go to people and you have miscommunication or whatever the case is, and then your eyebrows don't exactly come up how you want it. And I've just had times where just people ripped off too much or whatever, and I know it's not the end of the world or whatever, but for a moment it kind of feels like it. How do people mess up so bad? So they look a little bit less crazy, I go ahead and you know, and it might change. Compared to my last video, I think I put for a spring makeup tutorial, I wear foundation. Now a year later or 2 years later, I don't feel like wearing foundation. So it's going to fluctuate, and that's fine. So now, I still do want to clean it up. I'm going to go in with that concealer wheel, and I'm going to take like this yellowy shade and just like a flat shader brush here. And I'm just going to clean up underneath. Oh! Just to make it look more defined. A tip I realized with my eyebrows that helps is when you actually raise them, you can see underneath better, if that makes sense. So now that my eyebrows are done and they look more shaped, I am going to go into my face. So this is really upsetting because my bronzer broke, but it's the Maybelline one. It was the mosaic one. It's really pretty. It all crumbled on me, and I'm like, why? So I'm going to be warming up my face with the mosaic. I will link it down below. I don't even know if I can pick it up because I'm scared it's gonna like break even more. It's like a highlighting bronzer. I'm just gonna take a stippling brush and just go all over here. And then just warm up my face here. Warm it up. I really don't like a lot. The thing is, the Walmart is literally right behind my house. That's how close I live to Walmart. I'm in walking distance, so I'm there like all the time when I need something. But every time I go, I've like gone in the makeup section. I always forget that I have this bronzer that I want to buy again. Yeah, so I like to do that to my face. Just a little bit. My face, I don't really like my face shaped too much. So because of that, I am going to do a little bit of contouring. The Anastasia contouring shade in light. Yeah, and this shade here, just this angled brush. I'm just going to help contour my face. Just the slightest bit. Here on my little cheekbone. Remember, nothing crazy because it's supposed to be every day. And then for my nose, I switched to a smaller brush. Down the bridge of my nose. Even though I don't do full like foundation, the contouring is like, I hate my nose, so it's like I contour it. Very light, but it still adds some sort of dimension. That's that. Sure, why not? One of the accents here, why not? Going into the highlighting shade now. We're going to highlight, yes we are, on the nose to make it look brighter. Yeah, but I'm also going to take that banana shade and I'm going to brighten up my eyes, kind of like the base. But before I do that, because it's kind of yellowy, I'm going to go in with that yellowy concealer and use that as my base, kind of, for my eyes. And just pat all that down to have some sort of base for the shadow to go on nicely. We still want to cover up those eye veins, right? And then, because you're going to that banana shade, because it is a yellowy kind of concealer, we're going to take the yellowy shade and we're going to pat it down to set it as our base. And you also want to go underneath your eyes to brighten it up. I like using this concealer over the Kat Von D one because I do feel like it's a tad more brightening. It's going to help brighten underneath my eye without using a ton of concealer underneath. So is my eyes. My eyes are not done. What I do like to use for my eyes is actually what we have not used yet, and that's blush. So I have the Morphe blush palette here, and I like to go for, so maybe like this light pink here, not this lighter. I really like using my stippling brush for when I apply things like blush. I really just don't like a lot. And I just feel like I can get such a lighter hand with this. Just a little bit on the apples, or not here, sorry, on the top of the cheeks. Just a little light flush. And then, yeah, I like to use blush for my eyes. Still powder, there's no rules against it. I just start with the light here, just so you see, start with these lightest. I kind of like this one here. I like going for pinkies in the spring. I tend to head towards like the pinks areas when I'm doing like a natural look. I'm not using the right brush for this. I'm like, why isn't this working? It's a better brush. Then we're going to take a blending brush. So we're just going to blend everything out. And then going in with this, it's like a darker pink, but it's a little bit kind of shimmery-ish, but it's really pretty. So I'm just gonna put that more on my face, like in the center area, kind of. Oh my god, it's so pink and pretty. A little shimmery too. Pink, pink, pink. And then, so I can define my crease more, there's actually like darker shades here. Like literally, I could just use this whole palette. So I'm just gonna use like, it's more like a brownie pink. So I'm gonna use that with the angled brush just to help define my crease a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just gonna add it to the crease to help define it more. Okay, so we don't want that harsh line, so we're gonna go in with our tapered blending brush and we're just going to buff everything out. I could go into the more darker shade, but I think I'm okay with what the intensityness of it is now. Just focusing more on the outer here. I really want this part to be darkest here. And then again, going in and blending it up. Once we're done that, I'm going to go in with that brighter pink again, and I'm going to go underneath my eyes. I never used to do eyeshadow underneath my eyes, and ever since I started doing it, it's my favorite thing. Because I still do like winged liner, but I don't want to go ahead and do eyeliner, I'm actually going to do, this one would be perfect, the eyeshadow palette that I have. This is one of the Smashbox ones. It's the Photo Op eyeshadow palette. So there's a brown eyeshadow here, so you can use a brown, a taupe, whatever you want. I'm going to go with brown. And then taking a brush that's not here, I love when this happens. It's supposed to be an angled brush, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to use this one, but usually you should use an angled brush. And just go into the brown and tap off the excess. I really don't want it to be super intense. I'm just going to do a liner with the eyeshadow. So you can get really close to your lash line to help define those more. And then when you get here, do like a soft little wing, so it still kind of accentuates your eyes. It's something I've been doing forever. I'd go out with friends and I knew if I didn't want to wear a lot of makeup but I still wanted something, this is like my go-to. So when I look at it, I still feel like I get that effect of the lifted eye, but it's not as intense with like thick contrast of black over pink. It's like lighter and softer, which is what I want for natural everyday. Also for spring, I think it's perfect. Again, this is personal preference. So once I do that, I also like to bring it down a little bit just in the outer corner. So now that I have that done, it is time for mascara. And for mascara today, I'm going to be using the Benefit The Real Mascara. Even though it's every day, I still would like to add a little bit of pop of something. So depending on how I'm feeling, I'm going to take my Spotlight Highlight Palette from BH Cosmetics. And I'm really sad because one of my shades came in broken and it broke even more. So yeah, it's like a pinky shade, what I was saying. It's like highlight a little bit of that. I'm going to go into this pink shade. And this one has a mirror, which is great. And highlight my cheekbones. So my card stopped recording again, but yeah, so just a little bit of pink for spring. And now we're just with the lips, which again, I literally just I just wear chapstick every single day. But for the purpose of this video, I will add a little bit of something, and that is, got into this to wear when I was a kid, so I figured I'd try it again, probably something light, and that is some lip gloss. So this one's Dandelion by Benefit Ultra Plush Lip Gloss. Done. Okay guys, so this was my everyday spring makeup. The best way I can describe it is